What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our third exclusive segment from the greatest podcast on turf. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Anthony.
For this exclusive segment, we are going to be doing our best bets, weekly best bets episode. We're doing pretty good so far. We are in the positive. That's all that matters. Be sure to check out our other content this week. We did a stardom sit-em video. We did a waiver wire episode video. We did a recap of last week's podcast, and we did a weekly pick-em for NFL series. I am currently up a pretty healthy 8 or 9 game lead. So yeah, be sure to check all that out and be sure to tune in for this one. Make some money.
Best bets record right now is 22-14. Is that above 60%? Because in Vegas, the guys that bet the games, they shoot for about a 60% correction rate, and we're way above the 60% threshold that they set in Vegas. So there we go, 22-14. Place your bets. Now, just a disclaimer, we are not financial advisors. We're not telling you how to go spend your money. We're giving you guys the bets that we'll be spending our hard-earned money with. Just listeners, be sure to check it out. And with that being said, here's a word from our sponsor, Little Italy Pizzeria. We got our family's business. Mikey, what's the word about Little Italy this week?
See, here's what we're talking about. We got the best cheesesteaks, we got the best pizza, we got the best cheesesteak maker, best pizza maker.
Best podcast.
Second best podcast when I come out with mine.
Stop it. Yeah, with that being said, Little Italy, link to the website, brand new website in the description. Check it out. The Greatest Podcast on Turf section on there coming soon. The Greatest Podcast on Turf meal specials coming soon. Like, subscribe, check out all of our other content. And with that being said, my first best bet of the week. I'm going to go ahead and start with, mine are kind of all locks this week. I'm going to go ahead and start out with my most controversial one. The one that'll probably cost us our perfect best bets record this week. We got the Jaguars plus 3.5 in London versus the Dolphins. I'm thinking the Jags get their first win this week. I think the Miami Dolphins are extremely overrated. I think they're bad. I think the Jags have gotten better every week. Trevor Lawrence has gotten better every week. The Urban Meyer experiment, yes. It hasn't been doing good so far, but I mean, if we want to talk about coaching experiments, we talked about John Gruden experiment on the podcast. Link in the description. Check that out. But yeah, the Jags plus 3.5. Lock it, baby. Jags plus 3.5. I'm all in on the Jags. I'm all in on Trevor Lawrence. The Dolphins suck. They're not better than the Patriots. Yeah, Jags plus 3.5.
See, the greatest podcast on turf is all about debate. I'm going to disagree with his best bet. No, I did not take the Dolphins as the best bet. But I am going to disagree. There is a lot going on in this game. They're traveling over to London. That could change things up. The Miami Dolphins have a better team than the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars have their Urban Meyer situation. I'm 100% staying away from this game. I personally do think the Dolphins win, but I will stay away from this betting-wise. Jumping into my first best bet, I got the Raiders plus 3.5 in Denver. I know, I get it, but I hate Denver. I don't think Denver's very good. Their 3 wins have been very bad teams. They just got blown out to Pittsburgh last week.
They lost by 8 points. How is 8 points a blowout?
It wasn't close.
It was 8 points.
It's not close. Anyways, the Raiders are plus 3.5 against Denver. You thought that the Broncos were going to win last week. I told you that Pittsburgh was going to win. Anyways, the Raiders are plus 3.5. John Gruden just got fired. I'm looking at a momentum game for the Raiders. I think they get back on track here. Derek Carr is better than Teddy Bridgewater. The Raiders are going to roll Denver. Denver's not very good. So yeah, with that being said, give me the Raiders plus 3.5 in Denver.
No.
Yes.
Now, this is a game I'll be staying away from, but I'm taking Denver. Initially, I was thinking Raiders. I think although the Raiders do have the numbers game, I think the Raiders are 4-1 against them in the last 5 games.
Because they're better?
Yeah, it was only 8 points.
Yeah, and they scored 10 more in the fourth quarter because it was a blowout.
So, fourth quarter comeback, baby.
It's called garbage time.
Anyways, that's when the Eagles are going to have all their success against the Bucs this week.
The Eagles are better than the Patriots.
You think the Eagles are going to win?
The Eagles are better than the Patriots.
We'll talk about it more on the podcast, but I do think we can pull out a win this week.
No. The Eagles are better than the Patriots, so why don't you just keep reading?
How's 20 bills sound?
Why don't you just keep reading?
What do you say?
How's 20 bills on that game sound?
You better get points.
40 this week.
How's that 20 bills sound on the... How's that sound?
Oh, in the game?
You better get points.
We'll talk about it on the podcast.
You just shook my hand.
Whatever. We'll talk about it on the podcast.
All right, so we got some bets being made on the podcast, and I'm sure we'll have some too because there's another Broncos game we disagree on. with that being said, after all of that, my second best bet of the week, I'm going Packers -4.5 at the Chicago Bears. The Packers own the Bears. This one for me, I know the Packers are banged up, but this one pretty much just comes down to Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Fields. And as Ryan likes to say, I'll take Aaron Rodgers 7 out of 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. So go ahead, give me the Packers -4.5. Lock it in. Anthony's locks of the week. I don't think the Bears are very good personally. I know the Packers are banged up, but the Packers always beat them. So give me Green Bay.
My next game, and this is very similar to my first game, I got the Vikings -1 in Carolina. I personally think that Carolina is also a fraud, so I will be taking the Vikings to win this game. Dalvin Cook most likely is coming back. So is Christian McCaffrey. I get that. But the Vikings just have more firepower on offense with Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, compared to Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and nobody else. Carolina arguably has a better defense. I will give you that. The Vikings have been decent on defense so far. Their losses have been very close, and they have been to good football teams. And I will also take Kirk Cousins over Sam Darnold 7 days of the week.
Twice on Sunday.
Twice on Sunday. Give me the Vikings -1 in Carolina.
Yeah, one's fair. It's kind of just a pick 'em who you like more. I think I actually took Carolina in that game, but we'll talk about in depth more on the podcast. Moving kind of quick through this one. I haven't had third person like we've had the past few weeks.
Yeah.
All right. I have one. I want to talk about that at the end.
Oh boy.
For my third best bet, I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals -3 points at the Detroit Lions. I personally feel as though
Feels like a trap game.
who does Cincinnati play next week?
I don't know, but when Vegas puts it at 3 and it should be a blowout,
I was about to get into that. Maybe they're counting on like injuries. Maybe trap game for Baltimore next week. Maybe, or is it a trap game for the Lions?
The Lions are due to win one. I'm just throwing it out there. They're going to upset somebody's feelings eventually.
That's fair. But yeah,
The Bengals are a better team though, so run with it.
you mean yeah. Hit that nail on the head. The Bengals are a better team, so give me them -3. I think there's going to be a lot more than 3 points, unless it's a trap game. But I ain't buying into that BS. Give me the Bengals -3. Lock it up.
My next game, I'm taking the Chiefs -7 in Washington. All three of the teams I've betting against have been very disappointing. Actually, no. Denver and Carolina have been good this year, but I think they're frauds. Washington has been very disappointing.
Yeah.
The Chiefs have also been very disappointing,
Yep.
but I still believe in the Chiefs. I still believe that they're going to go make it to the AFC Championship. They might not win it, but I could see them making it there pretty easily. Pat Mahomes is still a stud. Tyreek Hill is still a stud. There's people going around doubting them. People saying that Pat Mahomes isn't the best quarterback in the league. Some guy named Bart said that Hollywood wouldn't start on the Chiefs or the Packers. We've all seen that video. So, anyways, give me the Chiefs -7 against Washington pretty easily. I think they blow these boys out. I think they show themselves show everybody that they're back.
Yeah. Now this final game, this one caught my attention.
Sorry, Bart.
Because this is one of those ones that you're going to bet on, and if it happens, you're going to hit big money. And I don't know if I'm betting this personally. This is just a game I'll be looking out on the injury report for. The Giants +9.5 at the Rams.
I don't condone this.
I don't condone this either, but 9.5 points is a lot of points.
Okay, but Mike Glennon is not
Daniel
good.
Jones is progressing through the concussion protocol fine. That's why I said I'm looking out for the injury report. If Daniel Jones plays,
It won't be 9.5.
it won't be 9.5, but whatever it is, take it. And I think that's all our best bets. What was your lock of the week? Because I had 3 locks this week, because I always do.
I would say my lock is the Chiefs -7 in Washington. I think they show up this week and blow these boys out.
Make a statement.
It's about time.
Tell them they're back.
I think Tyreek Hill is probably going to have a 4-touchdown day.
He's due.
He just had one the other
Season.
week or so ago, but He'll
Yeah.
have another one.
But yeah, with that being said, make sure to go ahead, place your bets. This was one of our shorter videos we've done, just because we don't have that third person that we've had in the past few weeks with these best bets. Mikey doesn't understand really betting. I'm recently new to it as well, but he don't really get the concept of it. That's why he didn't come on. But he was on the podcast where we argued like assholes for an hour and a half. Be sure to check that out. Link in the description below. Thanks for the love. Keep showing us. Don't forget to check out our TikTok page for a bunch of content we put out. Get us to 200 followers. We're getting pretty close. Yeah, Mikey, Corvette, we're TikTokers. But yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys next week. Place your bets, set your lineups. So good luck, everybody. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Peace.